Hey, welcome back everybody, it's me, Defiant Spur. Anyway, so part 2 of my T34-1 Tank review. Or I guess really this is the proper part 1, as opposed to the video watching me painfully get annihilated by artillery. Okay, so here it is, and it's quite a pretty looking tank. As you can see, it's based off the T34 chassis, and yeah, it's got quite a tough little turret there. The hull, everything's going to go through the hull. Don't try trading shots with anything. Yeah, another thing I've noticed is, contrary to what the modules say, this tank stores all of its ammunition and all of its fuel and all of its crew on the outside of the tank. So if you get rained on, you're going to lose modules and blow up. Anybody shoots you, you're going to be set on fire, lose modules, blow up. Game starts, you're going to be set on fire, lose modules and blow up. So yeah, I'll give you a rough idea of what to expect. It's very fragile. But that turret, with its combined with its low height, it hugs the ground really well, and that nice curved flat turret, you can get a few lucky bounces in. I tried playing this thing stock, and it was painful. To be fair, I've only played maybe 20 games tops in this tank. Actually, probably not even that. Probably 15 games. I could look, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I tried hanging off putting on any equipment and going up to the top package, which is quite a nice 100mm gun. It's the same gun the IS-2 gets, so it can smack out some damage. Ah, here's what you're all looking for. This is some nice gameplay of the T34-1 here. Notice a common trend. So if I flank in this, I should be okay. Ah, you.
Penetration. This area.
Okay. First relatively decent battle. I've upgraded the top package. I gave in and I put on a large repair kit and a large first aid kit on here. Just because, yeah, anything to reduce the chances of you being set on fire, losing modules and blowing up it is really, really handy. Yeah, so first things first. Oh, is this not going to work? Yeah, it just bounces straight off. I notice here that all of the team decided to come down over this flank, so I relocated, head back up to the objective. There's not many people going up there, and we need to hold the objective. Anyway, as you can see, it's got no gun depression at all. It's a bit of a feature of most of the Japanese line. Sorry, Chinese line. Bit of a mistake there. Yeah, it's a bit of a feature of the Chinese line to not have any gun depression, and it's a big problem, especially as I mean, this is a nice bit of flat ground here, and you've got steps. But even so, there's enough little hills and undulations to really throw off your chance of getting any shots. It also makes it a bit trickier to go hull down. But you can manage it, and when you do manage to go hull down, it works really well. That turret's got a very low profile, nice curved armour, and although it's not the thickest armour, it can really bounce a few shots off of it. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a combo with the artillery then, as they're the only other guys on bike. They did really well in this game. There's a brilliant example of how having good artillery can really make a game for you. It's a mobile tank. It bleeds its speed off a little bit going up slopes, but you know, you can hit your 50 odd kilometers an hour, which is nice. The turret, it's not the fastest turret in the world, but it's alright. Ammo wise, and especially with the 100mm gun, which, to be honest, I mean, is the best gun to go with it. I wouldn't bother going with the low gun. I mean, I tried sticking with the low gun for as long as possible, just to try to make use of that DPM. Yeah, sorry, that rate of fire. But it just wasn't worth it in the end. Yeah, with this gun we've got 175mm of pen on our normal AP rounds, and about 235 with our APCR, and so we're hitting what, 250. And we're doing about 10 rounds a minute, which isn't too bad. It means you can... What I've learnt with the big gun, especially in this tank, is although the platform, the tank itself, isn't great at taking hits, it is designed really well for peekaboo fighting. You just drive out, take a shot, go back in. That 10 seconds then when you're waiting to reload is also enough time for your camo to reset. So you can bugger off to somewhere else if you want. Sorry, bug out. Yeah, or it just makes it a little bit trickier for the enemy to figure out where you are, unless they're right next to you and they're getting proxy spots in or whatever. So yeah, here I am. I'm just trying to stay in the circle because I'm not too sure exactly how well the team's going to go in this game. And they've got some nasty hard hitters there who can just murder me horribly, and I am in the open. And I managed to get one hit in on the scorp earlier, but as you can tell, he ripped off half of my health. So even his Achilles could murder me. Good hit there, 250 damage. Yeah, even the Achilles could kill me. I decided to leave him for the artillery, so they could get their kills. Now, something detected me, and I knew it wasn't that VK. Which made me a bit worried, because I knew there was that Yak Panther was probably still lurking around somewhere. Yak Panther, that's right. Oh, there we go. And the handy damage screen told me there was a T34-2, this tank's big brother. There he is. So I'm pretty much pinned down here now. I decided to stay here, just wiggling around, just to make it a bit easier for the artillery to focus on the Reds that were going to go start to swarm around and try to get me. Spunk that shot away there.
Enemy's got us in their sights. Looks like that one went right
Another nice
through.
hit. I expected to die here, but instead that tank went straight past me. I guess he was going for the circle, and we won. So yeah, so just over 1,000 base damage, which isn't great. It's barely more than the health of the tank. As you can see, the artillery, they did very well, especially that SU-141. He had a stonking match. And more importantly, it was actually a relatively fun game. Now, Fisherman's Bay, this gameplay footage is done with the replay function. So some of the shots which hit won't look like they're actually being aimed, but they are. It's just for some reason the replay camera does everything off at a slight angle. So yeah, it took about this long for most of the team to realise what the map mode was. To be fair, I was kind of autopiloting as well. I was planning on heading up sort of like toward the 1-2 line a little bit, then cutting back across the ridge. But then I actually remembered the limitations of the tank and how with no gun depression that would be pointless, especially if there's light tanks around. This poor knight is YOLO dying. Let's see if I can get a hit on him. It's a painful watch. Well, I did get a hit.
Enemies got us in their sights. Enemies are capturing the base.
Yeah. I figured at this point that this entire flank is going to fold. Also, it's not where I want to be. A tank made out of TNT, nitroglycerin. So I did the sensible thing and ran away. Now, some people would say it's a tactical withdrawal, but I'm not a good enough player, really, to claim this as a tactical withdrawal. I am running away. Also, the other flank does look a lot better. And I figured if I stay in the middle of the map, I can use some of these gentle slopes a little bit. I think initially, with the lower packages, I got kind of lured into sticking with the higher rate of fire gun, just because I was used to doing it with the T34 and the whatever the Type T34 as well. Yeah, just because those tanks are are evil machine gun tanks. They really are. With the high rate of fire on their, is it 57mm? Probably something like that. I can't remember. And I thought this would maybe work in a similar way. But no, this plays. It's very mobile, and I think it plays a lot like a mobile support heavy, except for not being heavy. Right, I've just disconnected the camera here to look around a little bit, and also to show you what I was looking at. As you can see, this little junction here of these two tanks, what they could see of me, which I think is important because a lot of people tend to think to go hull down, you have to be like right next to quite a sheer drop, yeah, a big steep hill. But if you look here, it's quite a gentle slope, but most of my lower hull is covered by it, and I'm able to utilise the 0 degrees gun depression just to stick my sexy curvy turret over the top there. See, it is a nice looking tank. To do a little bit of damage. Aren't you a pretty little tank? Yes, you are. There, it's got a nice angle on that glacis at the front there, but yeah, just don't risk trying to bounce anything with it. See, lovely incoming fire bounced off the top of the turret there. I've just realised its turret looks like a face. It's got these two eye things on either side of the gun. Right, again, I was being quite reticent here. I didn't want to push too hard. There's a lot of red, and I was hoping maybe I could get another shot in before I had to go and engage. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to commit. So I start moving on in.
They've spotted us.
Go after this top tier TD. Now this TD is a dangerous tank. It can probably just look at me and kill me. That fire shot.
Focus on this
made out of
location.
paper. Ow! I ran him because that was
Enemy
sensible.
tanks in the base. Get rid of them.
Oh! You're a horrible, horrible bully. And I kill you. I survived that, and I honestly put it down to having the large repair kit and large first aid kit. I think if I hadn't had those, I would have been on fire. And my modules would have gone. Yeah, kill you. Yeah, we've managed to turn it around quite nicely. Now the key thing here is hoping to hell that the rest of my team wouldn't go stalking across the open plain towards the enemy TDs, which are going to be down sort of like near A1, B1, 2-ish. Because I've lost so many games where that's happened, especially when I've been in a slow tank, desperately trying to catch up with the team, and they all decide to go off and sacrifice themselves to the enemy. Okay. Snapshot, didn't hit. The gun's accuracy is appalling. It really is. As you can see there, I might have been able to hit that in another tank, but with 0.4 gazillion accuracy on this tank, don't even try unless you're fully zoomed in. Which is why I've equipped this tank with gun rammer, optics, and gun. Okay, so I managed to dig out the actual real gameplay footage for this match, and you can see a little bit better what I was doing in the hold down position. That slow reload time though. But I think, well, yeah, once you get an experienced crew on here with a few more skills, and maybe, you know, if you're running one of the consumable food or something, that reload time and the aim time will obviously be a lot better. Here I go.
We lost an ally. They've spotted us. Focus on this area.
Boom! Stupid ram.
Enemy tanks in the base. Get rid of them.
Like 7.
Good night, Irene.
Yeah, as you can see, up to this point I've got just over 2,000 direct damage. and I've bounced 220, so that's one shot. I guess. Boom, kill you. He literally drove onto that shot. So yeah, so if you play it sensibly, make use of your mobility. Don't stay out in the open too much, and find something you can just use to conceal your hull. You can have very good games in this tank. I'm not sure if I prefer it more than the Comet. I mean, that'd be a man, that's a tough comparison. The Comet does have some gun depression. But I think the combination of a mobile platform and being able just to run away quickly while you reload on your 100mm, and then just troll back out again and smack somebody fairly reliably for around 250 damage. I mean, my penning, I seem to pen most of the shots. So, yeah, it's a good medium actually. Surprisingly so, especially after my first experience with this tank, where I could quite happily have just deleted it. There you go. 9 pens, 2 destroyed. Did the all-important thing. I did more than my more than my health in damage, which is the one goal everybody should be aimed for. And came top of the leaderboard. 15 shots fired, only 9 penned. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so what we can take from this is it's a good tank, and I think if you spend the time with it, you know, put the hours in, it could be a very, very good tank. Just don't get shot at all, ever. Make use of the big gun. Use your mobility, peek around objects, move from hull down to hull down. Although nothing too crazily steep, you can really make use of those gentle slopes quite nicely. Just enough just to get your turret peeking over the top there to smack some people. The pen's okay. The damage is fairly reliable. So yeah, overall it's a good tank. Right, now if everybody could subscribe, that'd be awesome, and comment and like or dislike, whatever. Yeah, and thank you all, and I'll catch you all later. Have a good one.